My name is Edward Moorehead, and this is Unit 3 mid-unit assignment. So, question 1. Describe what happens when to the domain and range of a logarithmic function under a vertical reflection. Support your explanation with diagrams. So the domain and range of logarithmic functions are not affected by vertical reflection. The domain remains x belongs to the realm of real numbers that x is greater than 0. The range, y belongs to the realm of real numbers. The vertical asymptote, x equals 0, also remains the same. And as you can see here, y equals log x and y equals negative log x on the graph. Question 2. Describe what happens to the domain and range of a logarithmic function under both a horizontal and vertical translation. Support your explanation with diagrams. So under both vertical and horizontal translations, the domain will be affected and the range will not be affected. For example, compare y equals log x to y equals log x plus 5 minus 3. The range remains y belongs to the realm of real numbers, but the domain becomes x belongs to the realm of real numbers that x is greater than negative 5. And the vertical asymptote is also changed to x equals negative 5. And as seen on the graph here, this line represents y equals log x, while this line here represents y equals log x plus 5 minus 3. Question 3. So graph the function. A. Graph the line y equals x on the same grid. So on the grid, this line here is y equals x. B. Graph the inverse function of the inverse of x by reflecting f and x in the line y equals x. As you can see here, the inverse of x is this line here. C. Determine the domain, range, and equation of the asymptote, the inverse of x. The domain of the inverse of x is x belongs to the realm of real numbers. The range of the inverse of x is y belongs to the realm of real numbers that y is greater than 0. The equation of the asymptote is y equals 0. D. Determine an equation for the inverse of x. So, f equals x equals 1 over 2 log x minus 4. So then we turn f and x into y, which then swap x and y with each other. And then we bring the 4 over and add it to x. And then over here, we bring over the rest, and eventually becomes 10 to 2x plus 8 equals y.